Whether you have an overlock or serger or not, you do need to know which stitches on the Pfaff Ambition 620 are good for those unraveling edges and even for some knit fabric as well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We're looking for a stitch that will jump over the edge and make it so when you wash it, all these frayed out edges don't get worse. You can sometimes do that before you sew all your pieces together, just overlock each raw edge, or you can actually sew your seams together and overlock both edges. This depends on the pattern you're working with. So we're looking for stitches that jump to the right. So stitch number 19 is a stitch that would be that way. There's a variety of stitches that will go over the edge and create that overlock stitch. When you do touch the eye for information, you will notice it will come up as a foot 3. So foot 3 actually has a little marker that is red. This is adjustable. You'll also notice that inside here there is a little pin, a line of a small piece of metal, and if you are new to, if this is a new foot, it might be screwed all the way in. I want you to move that red marker until it is right in front of that little pin. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the fabric right along the little red marker, and then the stitch as it goes over the edge will go over the pin here. That's going to prevent the fabric from kind of curling. So if you've ever stitched something like this and you've never liked it because it's always got a little ridge or a tuck, that's because you didn't have the right foot on that is designed for this technique. It is a foot with the IDT cutout in the back, so make sure that that has been pulled down and is engaged. You can do that before you put the foot on or after. And then as you stitch, let's just look what it's going to look like if you just do it with a single edge of fabric. You'll see the needle jump over to the right and out into air practically as you guide the fabric right along the edge that we have created. So it's just, and it does have kind of a forward back feel, so that's why it's looking like it's going forward and back. But let's just take a look at what that looks like. Look how pretty that is. It's nice and flat. That's the goal. And it has definitely secured those unraveling edges from getting away from us when I'm done. But look at this stitch right here. See how nice and straight that is? That could act as a straight stitch for something like a hem. I'm going to take this piece of fabric. And cut kind of a neckline shape out of it, just to give you an idea that this could be done with some ribbing, and all in one swoop, it could be actually a neckline. Take some ribbing, fold it in half, and line up the raw edges of the ribbing along the marker that we were using earlier. This time, ribbing is normally cut smaller than the opening, so usually at this time you are stretching it as you go. But just take a look, you are creating both an overlocked edge and a seam all at once. So we have the overlock, the seam, and the stretch of the hem all in one stitch using the perfect foot.